If you are having a hard time with letting go of that toxic ex, some toxic habits, letting go of that toxic work environment, whatever it is, whatever you're trying to let go of, I can help you. Check out the ebook, Letting Go When God Says So. The link is in the description. It's a step-by-step guide on how to release with grace. Why? Because there's peace on the other side of release. And then also, we now have the prayer book available, the Hey God prayer book. You know, I read this to my kids every morning before they go to school, and it's amazing. It's like, this is the prayers for the things that we don't know how to say out loud. That's why I created it, because a lot of people don't know what to really say. And that's why I created it. But I'm yapping right now. I just wanted to tell y'all that. And let's get into the message. Remember Lot's wife. Luke 17 verses 32. 3 words. That's it. 3 words. Out of everything that Jesus could have told us to remember, he told us to remember a woman who looked back. Not a king, not a prophet, not a miracle. A woman who couldn't let go. And I wonder how many of us are doing the same exact thing. Not physically, but mentally, emotionally, spiritually, right? See, God starts moving us forward, but a part of us keeps on looking behind us. Looking back at that relationship, you know you do it. Looking back at that old life. Looking back at the person who left. Looking back at the opportunity that just didn't work out. Looking back at the version of ourselves that we were never supposed to stay. And you want to know the crazy part? The crazy part is sometimes the thing that you're looking back at isn't even good for you. You know it drained you. You know. You knew it confused you. You know it kept you up at night. You know you weren't growing there. But because it was familiar, see right there, because it was familiar, part of you still misses it. And that's the danger of familiarity. See, familiarity can make captivity feel like home. And that's why some of the hardest doors God's closed are the ones that we would have left open forever. Because if it were up to us, we'd keep going back. We know this. Back to the people who only value us when we're leaving. Back to the environments that bring out the worst in us. Back to the habits that we promise ourselves that we quit. Back to the situations that we've already known we outgrown. Back, just back. And eventually you have to ask yourself the hard question. If every time I go back, I lose a little bit more peace, why am I still treating this door like it leads to somewhere good? Why? That's the question that you have to ask yourself. Maybe God is closing the door because you spent enough years standing in the same room. Maybe he's closing the door because you've learned everything that place was supposed to teach you. Maybe he's closing the door because the person that you're becoming can no longer fit inside the life that you're trying to hold on to. It can no longer fit. And, maybe the greatest act of faith isn't knocking one more time. Maybe it's finally just walking away and letting that door stay closed. Because you want to know something that I noticed? Here's what I noticed. Most people don't struggle with closed doors. They struggle with accepting that the door is closed. See, those are two completely different things. A door is reality. Refusing to accept it is a decision. See, you can spend years arguing with reality, years trying to force conversations that don't need to happen, years trying to reconnect things that naturally fell apart, years trying to revive seasons that ended a long time ago. And every year you spend fighting for what left is a year that you're not building what's next, right? Very important. Some of you are emotionally living in a house that you moved out of 10 years ago. Your body left, but your mind didn't. Your heart didn't. Your attention didn't. You still replay those conversations. You know it. You still wondering what could have been different. You still imagining alternate endings. Still carrying those people who stopped carrying you. And while you're carrying all that weight, guess what? Life keeps on moving. Opportunities just keep on moving. Growth keeps on moving. God just keep on moving. But you standing in yesterday asking questions that tomorrow can't answer. Remember Lot's wife. Not because she looked back once, no. Because she couldn't stop looking back. That's what got her. Not the city, right? It wasn't the city, not the fire, not the destruction. It was her attachment. An attachment will keep you stuck longer than a pain ever will. I promise you that. Pain eventually gets tired. Attachment keeps renewing itself. See, there's a difference. Attachment says, maybe it'll change. Maybe this time will be different. That's what attachment says. Maybe if I explain myself one more time. Maybe if I just sit here and just wait a little bit longer. Maybe if I sacrifice a little bit more. That's what you're saying. Maybe if I shrink myself a little smaller. Maybe. And before you know it, years have passed. Not because God forgot about you. Because you kept building a tent outside a door that was never opening again, right? You kept doing that. You want to know something that's interesting? We always talk about open doors, right? You hear everybody talking about open doors. Everybody loves open doors. Everybody celebrates open doors. Everybody posts about open doors, right? But closed doors have saved more people than open doors ever have, right? Some of you would have destroyed your own peace if God would have let you have what you actually wanted. You would have destroyed your own peace, and you know it. Some of you would have stayed in situations that slowly drank the life out of you, just destroying you. Some of you would have spent 10 years proving yourself to people who already made up their minds about you, just wasting time. Some of you would have kept on lowering your standards just to keep people around. And if God would have let every door stay open, some of us would have never left. Let's be honest. That's why sometimes mercy looks like a dead end, right? It looks like a dead end. Sometimes that grace looks like rejection, and it hurts. Sometimes love looks like a door that won't budge no matter how hard you pull on it. Not because, God enjoys watching you struggle. He don't enjoy watching you struggle. But because he sees what happens if you stay. You don't see. He does. And that is why maturity is learning to stop measuring every closed door as a loss. Because sometimes you didn't lose access. You lost a distraction, see? Sometimes you didn't lose an opportunity. You lost just like a little bit of a detour. Sometimes you didn't lose your future. You lost something that would have delayed it. And I know that that's very, very hard to hear when you're hurting. Because when a door first closes, it rarely feels like relief. We know this. It feels like grief. It feels like disappointment, right? It feels like standing there with your hand on the handle wondering why things changed. But healing begins when you stop asking why the door closed and you start asking what your life would look like if you stop standing in front of that door. That's the question. What would your life look like if you actually just moved forward? What would happen if you stopped checking? What would happen if you stopped reopening, stopped chasing, stopped convincing? What would happen? What would happen if all that energy just went right back into you, back into your purpose, back into your family, right? Back into your peace, back into your relationship with God, not them, God, back into your future. Imagine how much lighter you feel. Imagine how much stronger you become. Imagine how much clearer your thinking would be. Because here's the truth. Watch this. Every door costs something. Even the wrong ones. That door might cost you your focus. That door might cost you your confidence. The wrong door might cost you your peace. The wrong door might cost you your time. And eventually you have to decide what's more valuable. The possibility of going back or the possibility of becoming who God called you to be. Because you cannot fully step into one while holding on to the other. At some point, you have to choose. And I think that's where a lot of people are right now in their life. You're standing between, what was and what could be. And that is a very confusing, uncomfortable place. I know about that way too well. Because what was is familiar. What could be is unknown. But every meaningful thing that God does in our lives requires us to walk towards something before we fully understand it. Not because we have all the answers or anything, because we trust Him enough to keep moving. Remember Lot's wife. Don't let your future be held hostage by your attachment to your past. Don't keep turning around. Don't keep revisiting what God is trying to lead you away from. Don't keep giving your energy to things that, have already taken enough from you. That door is closed. Let it be closed. The chapter is over. Let it be over. The season has ended. Let it end. Because every minute that you spend trying to reopen yesterday is a minute stolen from tomorrow, right? And maybe that's why you're watching this right now. Maybe this isn't about a relationship. Maybe it's not about a friendship. Maybe it's not about, a job. Maybe it's not about a specific person at all. Maybe God is trying to close the door of the version of you that keeps settling for less than what He's called you into. We got this. You know what doors need to be shut. God is closing that door, and you must keep it closed. Remember Lot's wife. Now, if you are having a hard time with that letting go and keeping that door closed, check out the ebook, Letting Go When God Says So. And there I talk about Lot's wife, how she kept looking back. But you got this. We don't want you looking back. Don't look back at the past mistakes that you done made. Don't look back at forget all that. We moving forward, right? I made so many mistakes in my life. But I try my hardest every day to just put that behind me, move forward, live in my purpose. And I see it working out for me. I want the same for you. I'm yapping my head off. Until next time, I'll see you guys when I see you guys. Peace.
Used to keep old ghosts folded in my back pocket like receipts from stores that don't even stand no more. Had a habit of touching old bruises just to make sure they still hurt. Yeah, I was strange like that. Got a few names I don't say when I'm sober. Got a few nights to still wear my perfume. Funny how memories age. Some get prettier than they really were. Some get uglier too. I know every wrong turn by heart. Could draw the map on my eyes closed. But what's the point of rebuilding the fire just to sit in the smoke? Don't look back. Ain't nothing behind me but old versions trying to borrow my face again. Don't look back. I paid enough for those lessons. I don't owe them rent in my head. Let the road keep the footprints. Let the rain keep the names. I'm not running from my past. I'm just not giving it a place to stay.